Hey, Brandy, I'm trying to figure out the stamp for bills. So I don't actually teach that. That's like a 31 CFR type thing. I teach trust, where you put it in trust law, and that's like the highest form that you always want to learn about. You basically do a grantee acceptance on it, and then you can put it into a trust and send it to a trustee for set off, settlement, and closure. And I have videos on all this stuff, so you can go check it out. I have playlists to help everybody too, but I always teach about trust because everything's in trust, but we can't really handle that out in the public. We end up dealing with the duality of creditor, debtor, positive, minus, rain, sunshine, happy, sad, winner, loser, rich, poor, like that kind of stuff. When everything's in trust, relationships are in trust, on and on and on. So I'm not saying that the stamp doesn't work, because I have learned that if you're strong and knowledgeable enough on almost anything, not only is almost anything possible, but it's all about what you can prove and enforce. So, just because I don't teach that method doesn't mean that, you can't get a remedy that way. I mean, that's how our legal system operates anyway. It doesn't matter if you are, right. The legal system doesn't basically teach or rule on what is right, just, and lawful. It's only about what you can prove. Well, I'm not going to say that word, but slob. I am a fan of Weiss's Concise Trustee Handbook. I don't know about the guide, but I do use the handbook, and that's free on my website as well. Brandy, I just read the revocable trust on IRS. Can you talk about that? I seen it on another page. Yeah, there's all kinds of different trusts. And if you read like what I was just talking about, which is Weiss's Concise Trustee Handbook, it explains all the different types of trusts. There's constructive trust, there's revocable, there's living, there's statutory, there is what's the other one? There's a bunch of them, okay? And not a lot of people know this, but when you're talking and you simply say, I'll give you my car keys and I'll come back in an hour, and you take the car keys, we've created a trust. We've started a trust. And I have a video on this stuff. But a revocable trust is just a different tool that you can use when you're trying to do different things out there. It's all about how we want to do business. We're not taught this, but same thing about taxes. That is how we are taxed, is how you do your business. It doesn't matter who you are. I have these people coming on here saying, all you got to do is say you're a living human. Like, living humans aren't taxed, corporations are. And it depends on which you engage that corporation in, whether or not there's tax liability. Typically for profit in a federal zone, you're duct tape. Whoa, did it jump? Let's see, more questions. Yes, I've ran across your page. Definitely going to watch your videos and give a follow. Awesome. Heck yeah, Brandy. I have spent years. I've spent almost 11 years now studying on all this stuff. So actually, sorry, it would be 13 years studying on all the different kind of commercial stuff, spiritual stuff, natural stuff, and that's kind of what this time is set aside for, is for me to teach and preach on one-on-one, case-by-case basis for everybody. Thanks for coming on, JC Romans. I'm using my phone. My webcam went out. And it's weird. I haven't used it since my last live, and it just wouldn't come on. I tried all the different ports on my computer, and so we just balling it. Because I didn't even get to make a video this week. My last video took so long, the longest TikTok video I've made yet, as far as trying to answer somebody, and daggone it took so long. It took all week. All right, hold on. Where are we at? Thanks for liking the live, Supremacy. Hope everybody's enjoying this Friday. Do you have any good resources for manufacturing and distribution? Are you talking about for drugs? What are you talking about? Manufacturing and distribution as far as for material? Are you talking about for creating manufacturer facility, or what are you talking about? Yeah, that's kind of wild. Yes, oh my God, I've been studying numerology. Oh, heck yeah. The numbers definitely have a meaning, and I know of some of them. I haven't gone head over heels on it, but there's definitely something to it, and there's numbers in the divine creation of the creators, like if you decode stuff. Oh, thank you so much for joining the team, Kissian. Your gifts will be used to help others. Much appreciated. So where's the next question? Follow. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the gifts. Casey Ann, mindful moments. Oh, all right, where we go? Inviting supremacy. Okay, cool. So yeah, this I'll probably take the time to try to put this live on YouTube, and the audio of it will be in my Telegram group. And so what I do is I normally try to put out one video a week, and I try to put out come on live once a week. And my bachata class got canceled tonight, and I didn't know it because then they posted it in the Facebook group, but I'm not part of their Facebook group, so I ended up driving all the way out there for nothing. Got all spiffied up and was ready to party, and then I come back and eat a little bit of food and try to hop on here and help y'all out before I go to bed. So, but again, I try to set this time aside so that I can help everybody on a case by case basis in equity. Casey, and I hope your night is going well. That's a great idea, utilizing your live for other vids. Yeah, I do, but honestly, I put my lives on YouTube, and YouTube shadow bans me so bad that they'll send it out to 13 people, 14 people or something, and then stop. Like, it's so bad. If you look at all my videos, you'll see 20 views, 21 views, 10 views, 12 views, 13 views, and it don't matter what I put out. I have seen one of my shorts go out to like 2,000 people or something like that, but daggone, they are shadow banning me hard. It hurts. But my night's going really well. Thanks for asking. Thanks for the share and the followings. Barry Boy, yo, who is the man talking in your video on Corporate Soul Part 2? I didn't know there was somebody talking on my video on Corporate Soul Part 2. I have to go back and listen to that. You're talking about in the audio files. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I only put one video out. That guy's name is Leslie Jack Smith. He was one of my favorite mentors. And I learned from a lot of people, okay? And people, want to hate on me because I've only studied for 12, 13 years, but I've studied so many different sources and put all these puzzle pieces together. But Jack Smith was one of my favorite teachers. He was kind of dry, and he ended up dying. And I used to love listening to his Monday night classes. He had a stroke and passed away. I don't know if he was targeted. They had an obituary for him. I didn't at the time have money to go fly out just to see his body. Because at first I was thinking, he died, quote unquote, but I was thinking he just went fully private because he had studied so much. But Corporation Soul he's actually reading from a document that was given to him from somebody who didn't want to give their name, but I think he gives them a shout out in one of the Corporation Souls. But that's my favorite entity, hands down. That is, if you want to do business, Corporation Soul is one of the most powerful, amazing entities to do business with, and that's what I like. That's what I chose. That was my path to help everybody and help my family and help other people. So, Kristen, what do you say? So I'm sorry, guys. I'm used to using my mouse on my computer. I might end up missing a question. What's the best way to start? The best way to start, in all honesty, is to watch the playlist I've created on my profile. And I have had people want me to recreate my first couple videos because it's you can tell I'm just starting out. I get a little better as I get more advanced, as you can see up in my playlist. But if you go on my playlist, I have Foundation, Nature, Spirit, and Commerce. Those are the three foundations, the three lights, the three basically foundations that I am laying that can't be shaken. And that is my work and my walk on my path. I am by no means a master in any of these, but I am laying the foundations for other people to build upon. J. Chris, much love to you too. The video lecture, yeah. It should be an audio lecture. I don't think there's a video of anybody on that, because I didn't even see what Leslie Jack Smith looked like until I saw his obituary. And I listened to him for years. I listened to him and all kinds of other mentors, and I had no clue. I'm just picturing what this guy's looking like, and I didn't see what he looked like until his obituary came out. Invite Indy Vindy. Hey, it's been a while since we've interacted. Thanks for the warm welcome. This is the first time I've caught you live. Yeah, I just started coming on later. I just got like a new office that allows me to come on at different times, and I don't have kids screaming or running around, so it's just more beneficial. And I have noticed that there's a lot more people usually that come on at a later time, and so I want to try to reach and help more people. But yeah, I'm glad you came on here as well. Your picture does look familiar. Jack Spade, what's the beef with you, Yusuf L? I don't have any beef with Yusuf L. From what I can gather, because he reached out to me on TikTok a long time ago and said, "Hey, what's up?" I said, "Hi." He said, "How can I help you?" I said, I don't need any help. I'm just replying to your message." That was the last time I heard from him. And then from the video that he posted, my assumption is that it was costing him money in business, and people were posting it in his Facebook, because I'm basically saying the best truth that I know of, which is the SBC is garbage. I have a course on that on my website. So I don't have any beef with him. He has beef with losing money because he's selling a product for people, and the people were putting and posting my video in his Facebook and like, what's going on with this? This guy's saying, I guess they were calling me an expert. I don't know. I didn't say I was an expert, but he bashed me the whole time. It was a terrible video, and I was gonna, when I first watched it, there is so much wrong information that it took me an entire week, and I still didn't knock everything out. I just tried to hit the main points. But his video was so wrong on so many things that it was exhausting trying to knock out all this garbage, because I had a 3-minute video and this guy's speaking for 20 minutes. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And then the entire time he's like, oh, I've been studying for 20 years. I don't know what this guy's talking about. I've been studying for 20 years. This is the first time I've heard this. I've been studying for 20. And he just keeps saying how long he's been studying and how much he has no clue what I'm talking about, which this is all foundational stuff that you should know if you're going to be out here trying to engage in this type of activities. But I personally don't have any beef with him. So I came from a place of peace. I originally wanted to come with a video that was much more demeaning, but I basically just kind of shot a little shot of him at the end. I didn't give him any face other than somebody posting that his name was in it. But the beef is that he was losing money because most people are bound by money. That's not my ultimate goal. I want to enlighten the consciousness of the unified body that we're all in. And his goal is basically money, obviously, because it was costing him enough to where he had to deal with me being posted. So he did that 20-minute video on that 3-minute video that I made a year ago. So anyway, that's the summation of everything. Aurora, how do I find the superintendent of banks in Houston, Texas? I've never heard of a superintendent of banks. I was a superintendent one time on a job site, but if you're looking for like a regional bank manager, it depends on what you're trying to do, unless you're trying to talk about the indentured trustee, which is in my misinformation file, or which is actually one of the things that Yusuf I was talking about, that Yusuf posted in his and he's got 75,000 followers on YouTube, and I've got 120. And not only that, when I post stuff on YouTube, it ain't going out to nobody. I mean, I'm talking 12, 13 people max. It is so shadow banned. YouTube does not want my stuff out on that platform at all. So, I'm still in loving or liking being on TikTok. I do get throttled down a lot. I went to grab my mouse because I'm so used to scrolling with my mouse. Patrick Devine, I've learned from him. Yes, Christina's. He's pretty good. I have learned from so many people. I have a list of them on my my Telegram group of some of the mentors that have helped me on my path and on my walk. But there's nobody that really teaches what I'm teaching. I'm laying a foundation of three different things: nature, spirit, and commerce. Nobody views things exactly how I do, but I have used pieces and parts of puzzles from all different people and put it all together to try to come with the best truth that I know of. And the easiest way to do that is by laying foundations that can't be shaken, right? So when someone comes to me, Veronica, welcome, my beautiful moderator, thank you for all the roses. So when laying foundations, it's very important to lay them that can be tried and tested, and they do get tested all the time, and they haven't been shaken. But I always take a position of neutrality, even if I'm on one side or the other with an open door, if I do take a position on one side, I'll still keep the door open for ultimate views. Like, for instance, the video of the guy who was bashing me for 20 minutes. I was listening to see if there was anything relevant or anything new that I hadn't heard. He was saying the whole time that he hadn't heard of anything that I'd ever heard or was talked about until I said, SPC's not good. And then he's like, oh, you're full of crap, blah, 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 you know, going on. And I'm like, he started off saying that me talking is the equivalent of a Christian talking bad about the Bible when they've never read it. And I've gone through the SPC process. I've went through it. I'm giving it to y'all for free because and he's selling it. So I'm giving it to y'all for free. It's on my website. Take a time, browse on it. All right, Barry Boy, need to reach free. It's on my website. Take a time, browse on it. All right, Barry Boy, need to reach out the people he said to help churches. Oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, a lot of the churches are registered, and a lot of them end up giving up their sovereignty and jurisdiction by requesting that they are exempt for taxes for that form, and they're already exempt, and then that ends up putting them in a headlock. Veronica, I can see your pin. Hit the screen. Taps are free. Heck yeah. I'm on my phone. My webcam broke. I don't know what happened, so I'm gonna be on using this for tonight. I have a hard time understanding Patrick sometimes. It's been a while since I've listened to him, Diana. Aladdin, you are a very smart guy. I sent you a message a couple of times. Hopefully you can find time. I think I just replied to you, to be honest with you. I think I found time today to answer your question because your logo kind of looks familiar. Okay, I think I'm caught up from this way. Oh, no. Oh, my website just got posted. I'm so used to being able to use my, howdy, Veronica. Can I hire employees for my cleaning company without an LLC? You can, but, you know, trying to use that terminology, an LLC is a company that's registered to the District of Columbia and bound by federal rules and guidelines, especially when you're engaged in Federal Reserve notes. So you can create any entity that you want within or without the U.S. jurisdiction, and you can engage in any type of commerce that you want. But if you're starting to try to do for-profit with Federal Reserve notes, you got to be very, very careful because that's someone else's property. And if you're using an entity that's registered in the District of Columbia, it's bound by all these codes, rules, and policies and statutes. So you just got to know it. What's my YouTube name? My YouTube, all my social medias are the same. So guys, this live will be on YouTube. The audio will be in my Telegram group. All of my social medias are linked on my website. My website is linked on my profile page of TikTok. If you scroll on, hit my emblem and look on there, you'll see my email, you'll see my web address, and you'll see playlists. I've created playlists to help re-educate everybody. I come on here once a week to give guidance on a case-by-case basis the best that I can. I'm used to using a mouse and being able to answer everybody's questions, but since my webcam went out, I might have trouble catching a question here and there because I have to scroll with my finger, and it's just a lot different. I've been using this is my 67th live or something like that, I think, that I've recorded. Good evening. What is your YouTube? Everything's the same as Cha Rules, Cha_rules, all my social medias. But yeah, check on my website. You'll see all the different social medias. Yes, Christina, you can PM me. I answer DMs, emails, and phone calls all the time from people. It might take me a few days depending on if I'm busy or not, because I do get into all kinds of things. I usually don't just stand here twiddling my thumbs. What was what guy's name again? You talking about Leslie Jack Smith, Taria? Thanks for pinning the website, Veronica. You're much appreciated and missed. I'm going backwards and just seems like I'm never... Okay, I did answer this. All right, let's go back down. Whew, I'm so over using my finger already. True, yay. Thanks for the follow. You frozen. I didn't hear what you said. I don't know if it was on your end because everything seems to be flowing fine on my end. Yo, awareness, what's up? Peace. My webcam went out. So yeah, you found me. Here I am. You can ask me a question in NBM. Michelle Lee. Good evening. Where would I look to see who holds the bond? I'm litigating and then my moderator pinned something and then the question jumped. Where are you? Oh, I'm litigating them. Is it the CFO? You talking about the company would hold the bond through an insurance company. It depends on what company you're talking about and what type of bond they would need to be engaging in whatever they're trying to do. Public offices have to be bonded if that's what you're talking about, like a sheriff or a judge or police and stuff like that. They have to be bonded, and they swear an oath to the Constitution and to the bankrupt public system to keep it running, to keep everybody in lock. It's unclickable. Yeah, I don't think you can click on my website when she pins it. I think she's just I don't think that's how that works here on TikTok. All right, where are we at? You froze. Okay, I'm back down. Oh, I see. Thanks. So feel free to ask any and all questions, guys. This live is basically set aside for me to try to help everybody on a case-by-case basis. It's a link. You have to copy. Good evening. Found you. Thank you. Okay. Good evening. Where would I look? Oh, I already answered that one. Link. Copy. My pleasure. Yes. Thank you. I meant liquidating. All right. So you meant liquidating. You have you're liquidating a bond. I mean, how are you liquidating? Are you liquidating the company? You know, how are you liquidating a bond that you don't even know where it is or what, who holds it? Like, how are you doing that? That's wild. All right, so I didn't see the affidavits for becoming a national. Can you send me a template? It's on my website under ID. So look up on commerce ID /commerce/ID. And you'll see all kinds of information in there. And I actually just watched a video today. A guy seemed very learned on, of course, he's selling everything for an insane amount of money, but he was basically giving a breakdown on the national passport, the U.S. national passport. And I mean, he's just reading stuff, but very, very enlightening, very, very good to know. And I have talked to somebody who has a national passport finally, and they say that it has 4 stars that you can see under blacklight. Now, I have not looked at my passport, and I didn't do anything different on the ordering of that passport. All I did was just order it regular, and then I put a special denotation on the special section. But I'm still interested to see. I've heard that there's an endorsement. I've heard that there are stars on a national passport, but like I said, I haven't seen it. I've just heard it, and I'm interested to see what my passport has on the black light or under the black light. Capri the barber. I have an open case now. Okay. Thanks for the pinning of the likes. Thanks, guys. I'm already up to almost 5,000 likes, and it has only been. Oh, I can't see how long I've been on the live. Can I? What's this whole layout is completely different now that I'm using my phone. Veronica, you are on, it says there's a 10 under you. I don't even know what that means. How am I supposed to know if I've been on here for an hour if I can't see how long I've been on the live? I guess I just keep looking at the clock because I think I hopped on around 9, so we're about halfway through the way. It's under ID, and you'll see all kinds of stuff, and there's videos, there's tutorials, different things. James Sparker. 420. How do you go after a cop bond? Well, you have to figure out who their insurance. First of all, you have to be wronged or harmed and prove that, or be able to prove that you've been wronged or harmed. And all public offices are bonded in case if they do harm out in the public. It's basically like the insurance of the vessel out there on the high seas, just in case something happens or they slam into something, they have to be insured. All right. Barry, they stated you have to use a rule address to get the 5 stars under the light. Don't know. I don't know. So if you look up a non-citizen national, the State Department says that they do not have the capital to create a secured instrument with, which is a bunch of garbage bull. That they don't have the funds to be able to create an instrument with security seals that is recognizable for non-citizen national. You must order a passport, and the passport will denote your non-citizen national status. And it's so hard to figure all that out. And like I said, I watched a video today, and I can actually send the YouTube link to anybody. He broke it down pretty good, but I do have information on my website under Commerce ID. All right, where are we at? Cool, I'm at the bottom. I am not used to using my phone. It has been so long since I've used my phone, but it feels, there's no black screen, no green screen, and just my face. So I hope everybody's having a good night. It's been a wild day today. It's been absolutely nuts. Wednesday was really fun. I ended up walking on the beach at night, and there was the first time I'd ever seen it. There was bioluminescent algae or something in the sand. I've never seen that before in my life here. I've seen it like pictures and stuff. So that was cool. I ended up shooting. I went to a wet t-shirt contest with somebody. It was kind of fun. And then tonight I was supposed to be dancing and supposed to be, but they posted on the Facebook group that they canceled tonight, so I didn't end up not doing that. What's the guy name on YouTube? Which guy are you talking about? You talking about my handle on YouTube, Barry? Veronica Progress, you look great. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it, Veronica. It's nice to see you on here as the moderator. I missed you on a couple of my last lives. I see you got a 19 by your name. I guess that means you're a boss gifter, and I do appreciate everybody who helps donate for my cause to help enlighten other people, because I don't require any monetary or anything. I mean, I've had people donate pictures to me. I've had people donate books, PDFs, data stuff like that, because I'm not out here trying to do this for money. Believe me, I am not making no money on this live. I'm just basically trying to do this as a side, something that I enjoy doing to help others, to enlighten your consciousnesses for those who are hungry and thirsty. About the passport, yeah. Barry, you're gonna have to DM me and I can send you the link. So just because I sent it to somebody else on TikTok today. Very, very knowledgeable. He's basically just reading this whole thing from Wikipedia or something, but he kind of breaks it down in a good way. And I think it's only a part of what he releases, and I think it's supposed to reel you in so that you end up going to him and you have to pay a lot of money. But you wasn't getting any notifications on the Telegram group. I usually on my Telegram group, unless you subscribe to me here on TikTok, you're not gonna know when I go live. I usually post in my Telegram group when I'm going live the majority of the time, and I posted I'm ready to go live tonight, and then I set everything up, and then I plug in my camera and nothing, absolutely nothing, and I'm like, what in the world? And then I plug it into another port, absolutely nothing. So somehow my camera just nothing, absolutely nothing, and I'm like, what in the world? And I plug it into another port, absolutely nothing. So somehow my camera just nothing, absolutely nothing, and I'm like, what in the world? And I plug it into another port, absolutely nothing. So somehow my camera just used to notify me live. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. You answered my question before I could even ask it, because I was when she called, it paused it. Or because I could still see it, or did it pause when I went away to go get it? But anyway, so I set this time aside to help everybody. I'm about halfway through. Actually what ends up happening is I get talking really fast, and my throat will end up getting really dry, and I can't really do much more than an hour of consultations. Although I had a 3-hour conversation with someone from my Telegram group that I'm trying to help with some major stuff, and that was the longest. That was the longest consultation I think I've ever given. But yes, anyway. My website is anointednewfoundationofpeace.life, and it has auxiliary information to help you on your paths. It has a way to contact me. It has all of the different playlists that I have. It also has all the stuff that I've gathered for 10 or 11 years. And I do update it all the time. A lot of people will go on there and just download all the information, and they don't know that I update it all the time. So just be mindful if you do that when you go on there. And then I also have people requesting to edit it all the time, but I don't really allow anybody to edit my stuff. My Telegram group, all my social medias are linked on my website. My website is linked on my profile page of TikTok. So if you go on my profile page, you'll see all my playlists. You'll see all of my my website, and it has my social medias. You just gotta scroll down just a little bit. All right. Russell Messengill, welcome to the live. Thanks for coming on, guys. I hope you're enjoying your Friday. Like, it is beautiful here. I'm kind of like I'm not necessarily a fair weather man, but when it gets too hot and too cold, I'm just kind of like But I'm just here loving life and trying to help everybody. Claudia, thanks for joining. Welcome everybody. Feel free to ask any and all questions. Like, I think I just had somebody ask if I knew about manufacturing and distribution, but anyway, joined. But I don't know if that was a shot from he might have been shooting a shot at my jail sentence. But I don't know. So that's funny, because that's what I spent 3 years in jail for not snitching. So I wonder if that's what Slob was talking about. Yes, of energy drinks. Oh, there you are, right there. Oh, of energy drinks. I thought you were shooting a shot at my at what I spent time in jail for. Yeah, I mean, so if do you have the drinks? Are you trying to do you have a bunch of them in your basement and you're just trying to like push them out? Because I mean, you can Uber them around. You can do all kinds of different things. Typically though, you have to be very careful if it's like some brew that you've made in your basement, and because I watched this happen with an Amish family. I think an Amish family was selling products, and because it harmed a citizen, even though a citizen is a corporation, the federal government tried to come in and regulate their milk or something because it wasn't being pasteurized, even though it's on the land that they control and it's a product that they make. Okay, and the case is basically based on the fact that, one, they're receiving Federal Reserve notes, which gives the U.S. jurisdiction in order to regulate, because that's what the U.S. is a corporation for, is for the debt of federal notes. And then they were selling and distributing things to U.S. citizens. And this is why it's very important to understand how, when you're engaging in business, it's one of those niche things. So you have a private land making private products, but they are selling their products to a public entity, which is a U.S. citizen, which is a franchise of the bankrupt corporation U.S. And a U.S. citizen, quote unquote, got hurt. The underwriter for a U.S. citizen got hurt. So that gave the feds jurisdiction, because it was a U.S. citizen in exchange for Federal Reserve notes. Now, then they come in and try to say that we can now regulate how you are distributing and what you are making your products, because you're not allowed to push this kind of stuff out to harm people. You have nothing, just some cash. If that's your goal, is to try to push out energy drinks, then we can come up with a game plan. So what I've done many times is, anytime you want to go to get a quote unquote loan from a bank, you have to have a business plan, and that's wise and advised to do no matter whatever, even if it's a not-for-profit. It is wise to try to figure out what the market is, what kind of return on investment you're going to get, and what the penetrating of that market is going to look like if you're going to come in with a new product, any marketing and stuff like that. So it is always wise, even if you're not going to a bank, to make basically a detailed business plan. And they have people that will do them for $50, $100 or something. They'll give you a market analysis of your product. You just got to give them a name and what you're trying to do, and they'll basically write the whole thing for you. But a lot of companies have that information available if you know what you're looking for, to be able to pick through all the weeds to put it all together. All right. Yeah, energy drinks. All right. I'm over analytical, Slob. I apologize. I was talking with someone today, like I'll hear something and then my brain just gets going, because women are emotion based and men are logical, and then you put them two together and it just kind of gets kind of wild. So you're thinking just Google and Facebook ads to get now to start. Are you talking about for marketing? Yeah, that's definitely a way you can do that. You could definitely market that way. You can do Instagram. If you have an Instagram, you can put it out there. I have people that approach me wanting me to promote their products all the time, but I'm not in. If it was like a not-for-profit thing, I'd probably do it. But I have for-profit companies, and I've throughout my life, there's several times when I wanted to do product testing because I thought it would be exciting to see new things that have never been released before, and then give my thought and critique on them, because I am really good at figuring things out, and I feel like it would be fun. It would just be kind of fun to try to see brand new things that have never before been released, give a review on it, and basically say what, if you see any flaws or how you think you can make it better or whatever. Thanks for all of the shares, the likes, the follows, guys. I appreciate it. I'm at 7.8 thousand likes. Just keep on climbing. We have about 20 minutes left. So anybody wants to ask any questions, feel free to ask any and all questions. Like I said, I set this time aside to ask or answer anybody. Slob, I'd prefer to do like sales, people going to actual gas stations to pitch, but that sounds expensive. Oh, I got somebody just joined my Telegram group. Thanks, William. So he went on my website, found my Telegram group. That's where I'll post when I'll be going live. There's all kinds of exclusive content on all my social medias. I'm active on TikTok. I'm active on X. I'm active on Truth. Well, I haven't been active in Truth or Twitter or X in a while, but I am active on YouTube. All those social medias are linked on my website. So. But yeah, you can definitely do it that way. That's a slow way to start. But hey, that's how some of those rappers have started before. Just selling basically demo CDs out the back of their trunks and stuff. Veronica, tell me about the two moons. I only know of one, the commercial one, which is the segue between nature and spirit. But I don't know about the second moon. What is that? There's a spiritual sun and a natural sun. I mean, and a commercial sun. You call the moon a sun in a sense, if you call them all suns. Spirits. I'm doing a bill of exchange for a house. Who should I send it to? So you got to be careful. Now, I will tell you all, I'm going to start putting this caveat out. Anything's possible, right? I don't teach certain things, and you can watch the playlist on my profile to understand what I teach. I don't teach bills of exchange. I have watched a lot of people go to jail for doing bills of exchange. I've watched a lot of people go to jail for engaging in making bonds and doing certain promissory notes and stuff like that, because you're messing with someone else's system and you haven't studied or learned enough to know what you're doing when you start engaging in that kind of stuff. And people end up getting hurt all the time. And like I said, over my 13 years, I've watched 12, 13 people go to jail for getting engaged in things that they don't know very well of. And now that I've been on here helping, reaching millions of people and helping thousands of people, I have people that have talked to me, and they'll start off saying, yeah, I'm doing this bill of exchange. And then I'm like, I ain't messing with that. I don't mess with it. I've had bad experiences with people that mess with that. And then, 2 months later, they're like, yeah, I got a federal court case against me now for trying to, create a fictitious instrument and send it to the Treasury or something like that. And I was just like, yeah, see, I told you, you start engaging in some of that stuff, and you're catching, when you're messing with, you gotta remember, when you're messing with Federal Reserve notes or the units that are equivalent to Federal Reserve notes, you're messing on a federal level, and you got to be very, very careful, because that's someone else's game, and you just want to take your time and be very, very, very diligent in understanding what a U.S. citizen can engage in and what the authorized representative for the U.S. citizen can engage in before starting all that stuff. Then you got to know about banking, you got to know about trust, you got to know about public, you got to know about private, you got to know about back office banking, you got to know about so much things. And guys, I'm not a master in any of this stuff. I'm just I'm laying foundations, like I said, for everybody to build on. But that's my walk, is not being a master of one specific thing. I'm just like a generalist on a lot of things, but most everybody just cares about money, so we end up talking about that a lot. So Coral Leanne, yeah, don't mess with their money. Yeah, it's theirs. If you want to create your own type of currency, you can do whatever you want with it. You can control what you create. And if you create your own sovereign trust and you want to engage in contract with another sovereign trust, and y'all are engaged in your own currency that you created, vis-a-vis, it could be gold, silver, cotton, oil, could be boards, lumber, but you start messing with Federal Reserve notes, again, that's someone else's property. And then if you start trying to sit, now I'm not saying that none of this stuff isn't possible, because I've literally witnessed firsthand in court that they say on, like, the affidavit of Walker F. Todd, that our signatures create an asset on their books that they monetize, and then they turn around and call us a debtor. They don't loan any money out, and then that guy didn't win the case. He was going against the bank and he still lost, and they're saying in a court case that that money is just fictitiously created. So I have learned that almost anything is possible, especially if you're able to stand on your position and prove and enforce things. You can come out on top sometimes, and I have also witnessed and watched when a sovereign takes control of a court case, it just disappears. And that's one of the hardest things, is when people say, show me proof, show me this, show me that, and it's like you gotta understand the rules and how this stuff really works, and it's pretty cool. Thanks for coming on the live. Thanks for the shares. Thanks for the likes. Welcome everybody on this Friday. I'm about to wrap up. I got about 12 minutes left. I feel, oddly, I feel a little uncomfortable using my phone. I got so used to using my webcam, using the black screen and all that, being able to scroll, and it's just it's a lot. My thoughts on a 1099-C. I've used one before, and whenever using any of the 1099 forms, typically you want to have an agreement between anybody that's on that form, or you're getting involved in things that will not be harmonious, okay? Because you can do anything you want with a 1099, right? You could try to buy a car and write a 1099 on it and say it's mine and send it to the IRS, but you didn't have an agreement with the person selling the car, okay? So when the IRS comes around for the double entry bookkeeping, asking and wondering why the bank or the car lot or the car dealership didn't send the other side to balance the books out, saying, what's going on, then they're going to come back around to you and say you've committed fraud. And then they're going to open up an investigation, and then they're going to start coming down and bringing the hammer on you. And that's why I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm just saying be very, very careful whenever you're trying to engage in certain things. I have all kinds of audio, the stuff that it took to get me where I'm at. I have audio files on all this stuff. It's on my website. It's free. You can go through my class folder, start listening. It took me a few years, but it just is what it is. A lot of people want to run, but it's just very, very advised to walk first or crawl. You're going to get there. Just try not to kill yourself in the walk. Daily awareness daily. Is sovereignty a state of mind, a principle, if you will? So sovereignty is so many things. Basically a court is the home of a sovereign. That's one of the definitions. One definition of sovereign is someone who can control property. For instance, U.S. citizens are issued titles to property that are certificates of title. They're not true title because the public is bankrupt, and U.S. citizens being vis-a-vis fractals of the U.S., but they're kind of underwriting the bankrupt corporate U.S. They can't hold titles because they're franchises of the U.S. So sovereign, to embody it naturally, spiritually, and commercially within yourself, is basically the whole completion of understanding that you are a fractal of the Creator, and you have the unlimited flowing energy of mind, body, and soul and spirit, and able to come to all different types of vibrations and chakras and frequencies to be able to control everything. We're all sovereign. We all, nobody told you what shoes to wear this morning, what belt to put on, when to brush your teeth, like all that stuff. Every single second of every day, we are the past, present, and future, in all in one. The beginning, middle, and end. So we're all sovereign, but there's many definitions of it, and it kind of depends on which direction you're trying to shoot in. Veronica, 10K. You say we're shooting for 10K. I got that's 2,000 more likes before I'm off of here. So, all right. Vinny, I put this earlier, but you've kept lots of men and women out of trouble. What do you mean you put this earlier? Did you say something before that? I didn't see that. On the 1099-C? Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of, and that's the unfortunate side effect of becoming awake, okay? Is that everything seems so amazing and so beautiful and so intriguing, even if it's just got a little bit of truth sprinkled in it. And it spreads like wildfire, and then stuff like I put out, it's like a crapshoot. It's like I'm putting out stuff that will change the entire earth for better, and sometimes TikToks will throttle it down to going out to 1,000 people. Sometimes I'll put stuff out and they'll let it go out to 20,000. I used to love, it was about 9 months ago or so, I'd put a video out, it'd go to 40, 50,000 people, 60, 70, it was just so much fun making a video and being able to just affect that many people. Now I'm really lucky to get over 3,000 if I'm lucky. So guys, this live will be on YouTube. The audio will be in my Telegram group. I have social medias linked on my website. My website's linked on my profile page of TikTok. I have playlists to help re-educate you. On my website is auxiliary information that can help you on any of your paths. I try to put out one video a week and go on live once a week for an hour to help everybody in equity on a case-by-case basis. Please take time to either look through the playlist that I have. You can always DM me, email me, call me, write me. I answer and do consultations for free. I don't charge for anything. I do accept donations, but I don't require them. And I do appreciate them because they are used to help pay for my website and pay for the phone services that I use for the website and helping do nonprofit stuff. So I do appreciate any and all gifts that you feel like donating. But feel free to ask any and all questions. I'm here to help anybody the best I can. So, and if not, I am at the bottom of the the questions, and I will be wrapping up soon. So it's like shoot now or forever hold your peace, or at least until the weekend, or you can always DM me. Like I said, I'm continuing to answer questions. We just had somebody else join my Telegram, did your ratty art, and I tell everybody this, I had to end up deleting Telegram from my phone because it was taking up 10 megabytes or gigabytes. I can't remember which one's bigger on my phone, and it was like I couldn't do nothing. It was just I got so much stuff on there. Nardnod, hey brother, thanks for the rebuttal video to Yusuf. No problem. And I'm gonna tell you what, it took me an entire week. It's the longest TikTok video I've made because I try to put out quality and do edits and all that stuff. And I by no means was able to even squash all of the misinformation that was given from homeboy over there. And I wanted to come from a completely different light when I first watched that video. For someone to be saying that they're that learned, hey Terry, thanks for joining. For somebody to say that they're that learned and continue to say that they have no clue what I'm talking about while continuously trying to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, while giving misinformation and saying, pay me for my course. And so I'm like, I got you, cool. I've already taken the course, it's free, it's on my website. But anyway, yeah, you're welcome. It was kind of fun, and like I said, I took a different position to just come from love, and I talked to somebody. I'm like, I'm probably just gonna let knowledge speak for itself on this one. Just put it all down, use good resources, have it all linked up there, read it, squash everything. And there's still people that think I don't know what I'm talking about. I got people like, oh, can you do this stuff in court? They don't even know that court is where you live. Court is where you are. You're holding court every second of every day. Like, you are the embodiment of the sovereignty of being a fractal of the creator. So everywhere you walk and everything you do is basically an act of a fractal of the creator. We're all different parts of the same body in this. And it looks very confusing in the natural light. It looks like we're all different, but we're all actually tied together in the natural, spiritual, and commercial light. So, Terry, thank you. I'm gonna do some ASMR on this. Thanks for the heart. Nod Narb. Yeah, I hope he see it. Well, he's been tagged in it. And I don't know if he's going to reply to it. I don't know what he's going to say. I honestly, my best educated guess is because people were posting my video in his YouTube. It was in his Facebook. It was costing him money because he's trying to sell a product. And that video that I made a year ago was saying that the SBC is garbage. And so he wanted to spend a good 20 minutes bashing me, and he did. He looked terrible doing it. It was terrible, only because of all the stuff I heard. And then how he's down talking me the whole time, and then everybody's eating it up. Everybody loves it. Like I looked at one comment, and they literally said, "Oh, I know we're on the right path because of how bad you're talking about this guy." And I'm just like, really? This is what you're using as your basis of education instead of doing any research on your own. You're looking at a guy who is down talking someone, and because he's down talking them, that makes him right. And I'm just like. Anyway, you can have them. Mama Inc. How you doing? Thank you for sending me love. You sent me a bunch of them for them. We are at 9,000 likes. Am I supposed to twerk when we reach 10,000? No, I fell for the SBC. I did too, and I mentioned in one of the SBC processes that you can learn from some of that stuff. You can understand how admission to evidence and rules and procedures and stuff. It's not a fruitless endeavor, but it's sprinkled with so much misinformation and false rabbit trails that if you try to take it all to heart and you don't understand the big picture, you can be led astray very quickly. For instance, trying to send the Treasury a $100 million bond and saying, for the best of my knowledge, I don't know anybody who's done that except for one person. I know one person that got a bond through the Treasury, and it had all of the points and all 11, because the Treasury looks for like 11 or 12 different points, and they all have to be precise, including micro ink and magnetic stuff and all that. And he got it through, and because he got it through, he ended up having an investigation launched on him from the IRS. And even in the case, in the trial, they couldn't find a defect in the instrument. So this guy got a bond through the Treasury and the IRS opened a federal investigation on him, and they couldn't find any defect in the instrument, and he still ended up going to jail. Vault, how you doing? I think I've tried to reach out to you a few times. That can't seem... having the patience you can't seem to find. Sometimes you just gotta breathe. You gotta... Because you know what? And then this morning, try this. I woke up this morning and I said, today is going to be a beautiful day. I was like, it is just going to be a beautiful day. Instead of laying in bed going like, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to wake up, I was like, you know what? It's going to be a beautiful day. And you know what? Today has been a beautiful day. It has been absolutely amazing. But yeah, Vol, I've reached out to you and tried to talk to you a few times. You ain't even got the patience to write me back, girl. You talking about the stuff that I do. But yeah, I am involved in a lot of stuff, and it does take me time sometimes to answer people, answer a lot of questions, but I eventually will go through. Don't worry about it, Vol. I'm just picking on you. Pretty thing. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the sharing and the follow, guys. I'm at 10,000. Does that mean I gotta twerk now? Does that mean I gotta shake it? Then I'll probably get another 10,000 real quick if I do that. You're just eating up so much info. Yes, and it's endless. It is endless, for real. And I have gone down, just talking about earlier, I've gone down so many false rabbit trails because everything seems so amazing when you start learning. It's like, this is it. And they'll start off to be like, yo, the mainstream don't want you to know this. And then it'll be like, yeah, you just put this stamp on this thing and send it here. And it's like, boy, you about to get a federal investigation launched on you because you have no clue what you're getting involved in. So I started this walk to well, I guess I would say started the walk when I started learning, but I started releasing because of a girl that was getting ready to send tens of thousands of people out to go get arrested, telling them they could just hop in their car and travel without a license, not understanding the foundations of truth that need to be done. You've been studying since 2009, girl? Oh my gosh. You look like you're only 15. How you been studying that long? Dang, that's a good chunk. You got some knowledge. Then you should chat with me back. Oh, Zeitgeist. Yeah, I remember seeing that. See, but that's not what woke me up. Zeitgeist was a very good documentary. I'm 41. Zeitgeist was a very, very good, and the guy, he wanted to make a whole utopia. He had all this stuff laid out. Yeah, you watched it too, Veronica? Zeitgeist had this whole thing laid out, and he never got to realize his dream or whatever. And part of that is because the people that control the big corporations that dictate all the information that we see, all the food that we get, all the medical stuff, they don't want free anything for anybody. They don't want us healthy. They don't want us educated. They don't want us to be critical thinkers. They want us to work 9 to 5s until we're 65, and then we're a liability. And so you just get out the way and then move on to the next menu. And that's how our school system's created, our monetary system, our education system, like all that. It's just on and on and on. When I saw it, he was misguided. What does that mean, he was misguided? You talking about the guy who created... Because when Zeitgeist came out, that intro hit me hard. When it was like, what really matters? When it's like you get that ultimate ladder climb, you get that ultimate promotion, you get the house you want, the car you want. And I was even talking to somebody today about it. It's like we're not taking none of this stuff with us. You know what I'm saying? This temporary realm is just a shadow. It's just a bleep. This temporary thing that we're going through. And a lot of people, they're so greedy, and the way the corporations are all set up is it just keeps us running on the hamster wheel, barely able to survive, working 9 to 5s with not even enough to rub together because all of our citizens have 4 liens on it. So it just ends up being a terrible, endless vicious cycle, and it's hard to get out of. And then the inflation's going up, and freaking the dollar value's going down. It's harder to get more stuff, and yeah, Zeitgeist was pretty freaking awesome. Thanks for all the sharings of the lives. Guys, this live will be on YouTube. The audio will be in my Telegram group. Feel free to browse on my website. It has auxiliary information. I have different social medias you can link and look at, playlists on my profile. And I reach out, or if you reach out to me in DM, email, or call, I give free consultations. To know when I'm going live, you got to join my Telegram group or follow me. Barry Boy, do you become a national of the state you born or presently reside in? Like you can owe allegiance to any state that you'd like. And like I said, if you message me, I'll send you the video of the guy who breaks it down, how the Articles of Agreement and the Articles of Confederation and how the different offices were transferred with the passport's history and how it was issued prior to Civil War, how some states do it. Certain states and cities used to issue passports, and it gives all the timelines and all that stuff. So it's just a really good little video. It's like 27 minutes, but it sounds like he's talking about it's an hour in the video, but it's only 30 minutes. So I think it's just a snippet. And then I also looked on one of the links, and he is selling stuff for a lot of money. So if you've got $900 for a consultation with him, or to get certain things, feel free to pay for that. But he is giving out some good information. So kind of IMF. J. Chris wanted to see. Got to go to work. Talk to you later. Bye, Walt. Barry Boy, don't have it. Yeah, can you DM me? I mean, I can't DM you while I'm on my live, or I'd have to cut everybody off. So you just got to reach out, DM me in my inbox, and I'll be able to send you a link. So, all right, guys, I think I'm getting ready to wrap up. It is almost 10 o'clock. If you've got any other questions, shoot them now or forever hold your peace, because I'm getting ready to get off here, and I'll try to figure out how to get this thing on YouTube. I think I'm going to have to wait for it to finish decrypting in TikTok before I can download it, because I'm used to recording it offsite on my webcam. So, but I got to get a new webcam, and then decrypting in TikTok before I can download it, because I'm used to recording it offsite on my webcam. So, but I got to get a new webcam, and then I'll be back on the regular hustle and bustle and grind next week, and hopefully I'll release a video next week. I was going to this week. It took everything I had for that last video for that reply, so to put that out. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for the last video for that reply, so to put that out. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming on here and being enlightened. You can catch me on YouTube, Telegram. You can catch me on TikTok. I come on here and answer questions. So enjoy your weekend. Love you. Thanks for joining, and be